Hello and welcome to the Kayden Show, today's best country mix. And joining us here on the show today is Bailey Perrie. First and foremost, Bailey, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
It's my pleasure. So recently, we just spent a whole week and a half together in Nashville, and you recently won an award for Female Rising Star International at the International Singer Songwriter Association. So tell us a little bit about your experience being in the United States and checking out Nashville and Atlanta.
It was awesome. Oh my gosh. I just want to come back again and again. But unfortunately I'm broke at the moment. Um but yeah, it was so cool. It's so weird to see all like the subtle differences over there too. Like you guys drive on the wrong side of the road, which is just it's just yeah, and then just like getting to meet so many people that I only knew online, like you for example, like we had never met in person,
No.
and then just getting to be at my first red carpet ceremony, and like just it was all crazy being in Nashville with all the history, just like knowing all the people that have been in Nashville, and it's crazy. Whereas in Perth, we just have like Hugh Jackman and Heath Ledger, and then that's what we get to brag about.
Absolutely, for sure. So let's take a minute for those that may not know anything about you. Let's talk about how you got started in music and tell us your story on how you got into the music industry.
Of course. So, my mom my mom's whole side of the family is Irish, so there's always been that Irish musical kind of side where it's always they're partying, playing the guitars and stuff.
Mhm.
And then my dad's tone deaf. And lucky for me, I didn't get the tone deafness. Well, I hope because I wouldn't know if I did, but I've been told I don't. um but yeah, I was a part of a school mass choir, and one year my choir teacher, he decided to send me in for auditions to sing solos, and I got a solo part. It was the very last line of Fight Song. I sung, "Now I've still got a lot of fight left in me," and I just remember singing it in front of like all there was so many parents because there were so many kids, and then like every kid
Mhm.
brings multiple people, and just I remember singing that, and that was the moment I was like, I want to do this. This is cool. And then at the start of that show, there were people on like this bigger stage, and I was like, that's my goal. Next year, I want to be on that stage. I was a big dreamer for a little kid. Um, and then I started singing songs, and then my mum and dad, they're very business minded, which I'm very grateful for, and they kind of started to think, well, how can we do something different, and then
Mhm.
I gave a go with songwriting, and then realized how much I loved songwriting, and now I just can't stop, and it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So
So let's chat about your upcoming single on September 30th called You Know You Kind of Like It. Tell us a little bit about that song, what people can expect from it.
yes, okay, I am so excited for this song, right? Because it's my first song that I've written on guitar that I've then gone and recorded, and it's my first song that I've produced with Simon Gills, who is now one of my amazing producers. There's so much chemistry in the studio, just like musically we just get each other, and yeah, it's just awesome, and this song is really a new kind of era for me. I'm really getting into the whole 2000s punk rock kind of vibes, and I have always loved Avril Lavigne. So when I went into the studio, I was like to Simon, I want this to be a rock song. He was like, yes. So it's very pop rock vibes. So it's like entering a new era, as Taylor Swift would say. Um, and yeah, the song's about that. I almost like to picture Tom and Jerry. You know how it's like that kind of hate relationship, but like you don't want to be friends because it's such a good hate relationship, and it like keeps your life exciting, like you both know you love to hate each other. And that's why it's called You Know You Kind of Like It, because you kind of like to hate each other, I guess.
You were giving everybody a little sneak peek throughout the entire trip, and you have done it on TikTok and all your socials. And from what I've heard, it's absolutely amazing, and we're excited to have it and promote it and play it and get it out there. So,
Yay. I thank you so much. I'm so grateful for everything you do for me, Kayden. You are
oh, it's my pleasure.
truly, truly amazing.
So, if people want to learn more about you, where can they find you?
I am on all streaming platforms. My name is Bailey Perrie. Bailey spelt like the drink, Perry spelt with an IE on the end. Um, I am on all social media platforms. And my website is www.baileyperry.com, which every way to find me can be found on my website. So if you check that one out.
If you had the opportunity to collaborate with any artist, whether they're with us today or not, who would you choose and why would you choose them, Bailey?
Oh, that's such a tricky one. Okay, hold on. I really got to think about this. Probably, oh, there's so many going through my head right now. I'm like torn between multiple, but probably Taylor Swift or Avril Lavigne. I feel like I'd probably lean mostly to Taylor Swift though, just because of her her songwriting and just like she's always been like growing up such a strong role model in my life, and it'd just be incredible to collaborate with her. That would be a dream.
Now, if you had the opportunity to go anywhere in the world and do a show, where would you go and why?
I would go to New York probably, and or LA. I'd love to play SoFi Stadium. That would be crazy. Or I think even just right at home,
Mhm.
it would be insane to one day sell out a show in your hometown in like the biggest stadium in your hometown. I feel like that's when you really feel like, whoa, what is this? Like that's crazy.
Speaking of performing in your hometown, you have a gig coming up, I believe, on October 6th.
I sure do. That is my single launch for the one and only song, You Know You Kinda Like It. And I will be singing a whole bunch of unreleased songs. Also be telling some stories about my travels over in the US. And I will also be doing a lot of acoustic songs and a sneak peek at my next song to come, which is called No Main Character.
That's awesome. And if you had one piece of advice to anybody that wants to get into music, what would you tell them?
I would say people truly are going to try and beat you down for it. But if you just be yourself, be a positive person, and just be kind, no matter how much people try to tear you down, kindness really does persevere through. If you're just nice to them, they have nothing to pick you apart about, no matter how much hard they might try. And just go for it. I mean, it's hard. I definitely have had my fair share of people being mean to me. But at the end of the day, you got to do it because you love it. Like, if other people aren't a fan, there's gonna be people who are.
That was very well said. And Bailey, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention before we go today?
No, I'd love to mention again, Kayden, you are absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful that you have had me today. And hopefully I'll be back over there soon. I need to get back to work and make some money.
Well, that's the grind. You got to get it done, and you got to make that money to be able to come back because it is not cheap for you.
Definitely not.
Well,
It's
Bailey
also
Perry, thank you so much for taking.
I'm a temporarily traumatized from the airport, but
Well, yeah, that's a story for another time. You can tell us.
yes, yeah, reason to have me back.
That is the reason. That's the reason for you to come back. That's for sure. Well, Bailey Perry, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the King Gordon Show, today's best country mix. We definitely appreciate your time and support and hope to have you on the show again real soon.
Definitely, I hope to be back so soon. Thank you so much.